All right. Looks like the party started without me. Kind of slept in a little bit more, a little bit this morning. I usually get up at 8 o'clock on my days off, just so I don't sleep that much. So I don't sleep the whole day through. But turned off the alarm at 8, went back to bed, and didn't wake up until about 45 minutes ago. So I figured, okay, well, I got to get up now. I got to do a live stream. I was in Arizona a couple months ago. I hear bite. Usually sleeping in with me isn't that much a problem because I even on mornings I have to do like a live stream. I usually don't sleep that well once I've uh, been woken up by the alarm. But I hit the pillow and I was asleep again. So all of a sudden I woke up and looked at the clock. It's like, oh, nuts. Okay, gotta go now. Gotta get going now. There's Bite. He's gonna make his weekly appearance here. Hi, Laura Lee. How are you? Did you just sneeze on your brush? Yeah, there's your cat, Logan. There goes your cat. I was in the pool a little bit last night. It was nice. The temperature's like 88 degrees in there right now. It's almost like sitting in a bathtub. Oh, I only put the flag up for the live streams. It's too much of a hassle having it there, separating the living room from the kitchen. That's just the live stream routine. Otherwise, it gets folded up and then ends up on the mantle over the fireplace. Orly's mom is in the hospital having surgery. Hope she does better. No, no, I've been able to keep the pool looking nice just by shocking it once a week and putting the chlorine tabs in. How's my mom? I saw that she sent me a text. Let's read it together here. She always sends me a text the night before or the morning of. What is today? Today's the 10th, so she sent this last night. Just checking in. So far, so good. Very hot here. Probably not as hot as I have, but I'm sure that's true. It's hot enough for us. We had a parade here, I guess, for the 4th of July, like the one you had. We went with Brenda to the party at her friend's house. Good food and awesome fireworks. Everyone brought some, and we did it out in the street, just like we did in Southern California. Yeah, we used to light fireworks off on the street when I was a kid. Even a bucket of water and a hose. She's getting caught up on my videos. She says she hopes the pool thing works. It's 2 weeks later and it's still working. So um, maybe we can delay this for a while. And she says she hopes I don't electrocute myself. I guess it's my niece's 21st birthday coming up here. She's coming to visit. Hope that everyone had a safe Fourth. So there you go. That's the latest. Yeah, I when I heard that the Commodores were playing at the Fourth. I mean, last year it was just some brass band that came in. I'd never heard of them. I've heard of the Commodores, and I was amazed how many songs that I'd forgotten. Um, that they did. They did so many songs that are just classic Motown tracks. Uncle Breck says hi, girls. Yeah, garden's coming together pretty well. The jalapenos are having a hard time. I made an adjustment um, to the system that'll hopefully help, but I don't know. It may be too late for them. But the okra and the tomatoes are. I was looking at tomato plants yesterday. The tomato plants are as tall as I am, so that was pretty cool considering they were maybe that tall when I put them in the ground. Did I record the whole concert? Yes, I did. For the most part, I had to. I started out on a tripod because there weren't that many people in front of me. Well, the second they started playing, people started piling up to be right in the front there. And at one point, the camera gets all shaky because I'm having to lower the legs to raise the tripod a little bit. And then eventually I took it off the tripod and did the handhold for the rest of the way. And that worked a little better. A little shaky at times, but I did get the whole concert for the most part. Did the Commodores mingle with the crowd? No, they disappeared backstage. You got to remember, it was a hot day out that day. I think it was 101 or so. Uh, and a few of those guys are pretty old. So, and they were standing right in the sun because that was the way the stage was facing. I'm sure they were ready to get in the air conditioning. They put on a great show, though. Holy cow! It seems like all of Waco came out to see him too. There are a couple of points I turned the camera and pointed back at the audience. The audience went as far as you could see. A lot of people came down to see them. Yeah, I don't know how rich they are. Um, it depends, I guess, on how well they took care of their money. They really haven't done anything but tour occasionally, I think, probably since the 80s. If you're on the Facebook page, I uploaded and posted the entire concert. So there's a link there and you can watch it. I had to keep it limited for copyright purposes, on the main video. But I was actually surprised that there wasn't an issue. And at one point, I said, "Okay, I'm going to just take one track out of the whole show and upload it and see what happens. Well, it turns out, YouTube recognized it as copywritten material, but they said that I could leave that they would leave it up and I could continue to display it, but I couldn't monetize it, and there may be ads that appeared on it, and the ads would go to the Commodores. And I said, well, I don't really have a problem with that. So I took the whole concert and uploaded it onto another YouTube channel and put a link on the Facebook page. So check it out. I got to admit, this was the first Motown band I had ever seen, but they were great. Is the pool cleaner working? Yeah, it's been 2 weeks now, and the cable's still watertight. So my mom was saying on her text message to me for the live stream today that she hoped I didn't electrocute myself. Well, I think as a safety precaution, they make sure that they use a low enough voltage in there that you're not going to be hurt. If it isn't 110 volts in there, I think it's 40 volts DC. So that even if there is a leak, all that's going to do is it's just going to stop the machine from working. Yeah, it was kind of cool getting two videos on that one day. That one with that little parade in Woodway was kind of fun, and then going out and seeing the Commodores later in the day, that was great too. Oh, they do make the cables waterproof, but the problem is I cut the cable, and so when I sealed it back up again, I had to make it waterproof again. The problem was with that swivel mount thing. It didn't make contact because one of those pins wasn't spring loaded anymore. But it was hard videotaping. It wasn't really that hard. The hard part was I had the camera up in my hand for about 2/3 of the show, and so it's kind of hard, keeping the camera steady, and every once in a while I have to switch hands because one hand starts cramping up. But it wasn't really that hard to do. And of course, I wanted to get close, so I had kind of zoomed in, and the more you zoom, the little teeny tiny motions on the camera get amplified when you do that. Probably would have been better if I just walked right up to the barrier and sat there, but that's okay. I had like all my stuff there, my chair, my umbrella, and didn't want to walk away from it. Do a manual vacuum. Yeah, I've seen those. I really like the robot because you just start it and walk away, and it does the thing. It'll run for a 2 or 3 hour cycle or whatever it is, and then that's the end. And then it stops. Bite and nibble. I guess they went to their room. I was out here a little bit at the beginning, but Logan said my cat, and that was the end of it. He was gone. Made you dizzy vacuuming the pool. Yeah, see, and I wouldn't want to stand out in the heat. I mean, last few weeks it's been really, really hot. Oh, there's Bite. Hey, Bite, you gonna come up and visit? Meow. Let's see if he comes up and visit. What do the cats do on the 4th of July? Probably slept. They completely banned fireworks this year. So we love the 4th videos. My shirt today is extraterrestrial. Ooh. Got that from Roswell when I Came to Texas with Jordan a few years ago. Hey, Peg. Glad you liked the 4th of July videos. Yeah, they were fun. The Commodores were amazing, right, Bite? Oh, that's right. You didn't get to see them, did you? You stayed home and slept. It's really unusual this summer. This is the hottest I've seen it since it's been here. Even the people that live here are saying, "Yeah, this is unusual," because it's been over 100 degrees now for probably 3 weeks, and I'm looking at the weather for the next 2 weeks, and doesn't look like it's going to be any change. In fact, they're saying maybe 107 by tomorrow. So you're busy installing a window. You had a firework go through it. Oh man, that's no good. Never really know what's going to happen with those fireworks. So, hey Ruth, how are you? My mom's doing good, Gene. Basically, it's hot there too. So, uh, she had a good 4th of July. She went and saw a parade very similar to the one that I saw, and then went and had fireworks at, I guess, a friend of my sister's house. So, mom is doing good. I'm doing well, Ruth. Thank you. I just got through with an 8-day weekend last weekend, and then went to work 1.5 days, and then they sent us home again. So I'm on my short weekend, but it's a weekend that started yesterday about noon, so it's a little longer than normal. Yeah, we're supposed to be 106 today. I think 107 tomorrow. Yikes, that's hot. You're gonna come up here? Just gonna meow at me? Come on up. I got kitty treats in the brush. Now you're over here because the kitty treats are over here, aren't they? Yes, they are. Yeah, I heard that Boris Johnson is resigning. That's insane. Mosquitoes are brutal in Minnesota. Mosquitoes are brutal in Minnesota every year. I thought we blocked you. We have now. 70 degrees in Oxnard. Yeah, no thanks. Because you have to live in Oxnard. I'll deal with this with the 106 in Waco. Yeah, that's not cool. Come on, Bite. You want a treat? You gotta come up here and join us. You haven't shown anyone your butt in a while. There he is. I gotta give you a treat now, don't I? I did bribe you up here with one, didn't I? Fortunately, that seems to be the way to make him go away now. Oh yeah, he trolls. He trolls Adam. He trolls Carpetbagger. He trolls Jordan. He trolls here. He's got no life. Laura Lee said me out of you, Bite. T-shirt today is me in my alien shirt here. He has no life. That's just it. I mean, what do you expect? He thinks this makes him get some attention. It just proves he's an idiot. But he probably knows that. Logan loves you. Yeah, well, losers sometimes are evil. Yep, losers are idiots. But sometimes idiots are losers too. Actually, I think it's more common that way than the other way. Some losers are just losers. Well, that's what I've said before too, Tracy, is if this guy spent half the time producing his own vlogs that he does trying to go and ruin others, he'd probably be getting all the attention he wants, but nah. Yeah, insidious, exactly. There's clearly something going on nothing going on upstairs. There's something weird going on upstairs with him. Jordan told me recently that he had his kids taken away from him, so probably a little extra grumpy right now. Yep, vodka. Yeah, I thought we had deleted that or blocked that name, but maybe he created another one with the same name. That's one of the things. That's further evidence that it's one guy doing this. Because if it was a whole bunch of people doing it, then you'd figure there'd be a chance every week there's going to be one or two of them in here. But you get a whole bunch of them in one day, and then he'll go weeks without doing it, and there won't be any of them. And now you can even tell that he's used a different tactic because now he's trying to spoof people's accounts. So there have been several cases here where he creates a profile using the name of somebody who's in there here already, who's a regular, and starts, even steals their photographs. So it looks like, it's the regular that's doing this and not this guy just spoofed their account. So yeah, if you see that happen, if he takes on somebody's account and he starts posting something rude, say, hey, that's not me, and I'll delete him. How's Flash? Flash is doing well. She's definitely making use of the cave now because of the heat. I went, like I said, I got home early yesterday. I was home probably early afternoon, and it was kind of the peak of the heat. And I went out and looked for her, and I'm to the point now where I'm looking in the cave, and she was in the cave yesterday. So I think she's not like spending the night in there, which I guess I really didn't expect her to do. She can sleep wherever she wants in the yard, but she's using it for what it was mainly for, which is a refuge from the heat. Because I'm sure it's probably 20 degrees cooler in there. You like the flash vlog? Yeah, that was a fun one. Just strapped a GoPro to her and off she went. Yes, she does. Yeah, I found that I had some celery in the fridge. And I figured, you know what? I don't really eat celery that much, but I bet you Flash would love it. So last couple of days, I've been giving her, just a stalk of celery in the evening, and she devours it. And I mean, it's amazing how fast she'll eat it. Some people said on the video I posted on the Facebook page last night of her that the most satisfying the most satisfying sound was the sound of her crunching on the celery. Watching for Bite. I don't know where Bite went. I think Bite took off. Sometimes when he hears his name, though, he comes back. He might just be behind the couch. And yeah, I know the Flash video wasn't time lapse. I like to do time lapse stuff and speed up slow things, but not in that one. That was real time. There's Flash or there's Bite. Flash. You're talking about Flash, and so I said, "There's Flash." It's not Flash. That's Bite, right? Bite. See if we can coax you out here a little bit. Because you just need more treats. I'm wondering if he's going a little blind because he walked right past it and kind of had to sniff for it. He went right to that one. Whoops. The leg's trying to escape. But there he is right there. My handsome co-star. And there he goes. Yeah, I know, Rhonda. That's why I do it. I scheduled my next vacation time yet? No. Well, I mean, I do have a little vacation time. I'm taking one day off in October. I'm going to a concert, but I don't necessarily call that a vacation day. That's just going to be a long weekend. He's a good-looking cat. I don't know. He's my buddy. Aren't you, buddy? You're my buddy, right? You're making the guys mental here. That's like I said. That's the goal, Rhonda. Got to have the girls jumping up and down on the bed, and cats and dogs and skinny pigs and everything else going crazy in the house. That's my goal in my life. It's on my bucket list. No, nothing on the cupboards yet. I'm going to put that off for a while. That last situation just wore me out. We'll catch up with that at some point. Hi, Linda from California. My company's still hiring. Yeah, I think they're always hiring. The big problem we're having at work uh, isn't lack of work. It's we're having problems keeping up with the whole company, keeping the whole company in sync, because there's people that manufacture the product, and then there's the people that package the product. And the packaging department is having a hard time keeping up with us because they're having all sorts of tech problems. Jeff's here briefly, going to lunch. I'm getting to the point where I got enough okra here that in the next few days I'm going to try your fried okra recipe. I think that kind of happens a little bit at our place too. The work when the lines are running, or even when they're not running well, the work is constant and it's difficult work. I mean, it's not difficult to do. It's just there's a lot of it. You're running the whole time, and I think a lot of people get burned out on that. All right, Jeff's going to be posting a vlog today. Everyone better check that out. He works at a window factory. It's interesting. I've always wondered how that's all done. Remember, like 2 years ago, I had to break into my house after I changed the locks and locked myself out. And the windows that they have here are almost bulletproof. It's amazing. You're gonna eat today like Flash ate that celery, huh? Do we need to put a camera on you? You can at least use your hands. Yeah, my pool thumb or my poor thumb. Yeah, you're right. I'm still convinced it's my lot in life that I'm eventually going to cut this thumb off. Yeah, or rest in peace, James Caan. You know that happens. You get to a certain point, and certain generations of actors start leaving, start checking out. Well, I'm not going to do it intentionally. It's just, every time I do something, it's always to this thumb. Had to climb into your bathroom window, but it was the second floor. Oh man, that's no fun. The stupid thing is the reason I got my thumb damaged breaking the window back there was because I wanted to try and avoid doing damage to the sink. And so I held onto the brick rather than just throw it through the window because I don't want to damage the floor or anything in the house. And in the process, the inertia of the brick pulled my thumb into the glass. And when I think about it now, there was a much better way to do it because I had that big digger pole out in the shed. I could have used that and punched through the window with that. But I didn't really think about it. I was thinking it's like, okay, I got to go to work in a little bit here, and I got to get into the house. So yeah, no, I didn't know that. I didn't know the glass was that hard. I mean, two times I hit it with a brick, and the brick just bounced off. I think glass, you hit it with a brick and that's it. It shatters and you're in. But no, this stuff must be special, like glass for like high weather and stuff like that. Because we have we can get tornadoes in the area, and maybe they want to just kind of protect the house that way. I know they did all sorts of things to protect from the elements because they re-roofed this place, I guess, a few years ago because of damage from hailstones. And I guess they put some special impact resistant roofing material up there. So they were obviously concerned about making this place, solid. I mean, up to and including putting a storm shelter in the garage. Hey, the other Breck is here. This is how we always get talking about food, Rhonda. It always goes this way. What's the plan for dinner? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. you had to get in the house a different way, what would I do? What would I have done in hindsight? Well, now it's easier because all I got to do is get in the front yard and I can press the remote control in the garage and open that way. But the problem I ran into is there's the deadbolt lock on the back door, and there's also a lock on the knob itself. And I made the decision to lock the knob lock. And then when I pulled the door closed behind me, that was when I locked myself out. One of the things I've done is I don't lock that handle lock anymore. If I want to lock the door, I lock the deadbolt because you can only lock that from the inside. And I have a key in the backyard too. Hey Eric, how's it going? How's the garden? The garden, the tomatoes and the okra are coming along really well. I think I'm already starting to get some okra, and I'm not far off. I think I'm going to try Jeff's fried okra recipe, see what that's like. I'm getting like one or two okra every day. Yeah, it looks like you had a blast at Disney there, Jeff. Yeah, there's several ways to get into the house now if I have to. And if I had to break the window, I'd definitely just use the digger bar this time. That way I wouldn't hurt myself. And it looks like Eric got a collection of party songs on CDs. That's cool. I think I've seen those in the stores. Yeah, I've been at Disney World in the summer. It's hot, it's humid, and it's got spiders the size of golf balls. Yeah, I know. I've been thinking that too, Charlotte. I do need a haircut. Maybe this weekend. I had beef stroganoff for dinner last night. Made a double batch. Yeah, see, I like stroganoff too. I do the same thing. In fact, I'm still eating that stroganoff I made a few weeks ago. Throw it on a plate, throw it in the microwave. It's ready to go. I don't know. I think the cost of flying Rhonda all the way here and back would probably it wouldn't be worth the money. Ontario is a long ways away from Texas. Dye my hair green and yellow for summer. You know, I could get away with that now if I wanted to. I wouldn't have been able to do that when I worked at Disney because they had strict rules about that kind of thing. But I wanted to dye my hair, I could do it. Yeah, they had a Guardians of the Galaxy ride at California Adventure in California too. I wasn't as into it because they replaced the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror with it. And I don't know, I never was into the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't think I've got any of those movies. She thinks you'll bring her too, huh? Well, that'll make it even more expensive. mean, at this point, it'd make more sense for me to come to you. But even that's a little on the pricey side. Plus, if I don't have an active passport, so I need to do that. You dyed your hair to be purple, huh? That's an option. She said, I'm little, I won't take up much space. Will you fit in the overhead bin? Or we could put you in a kitty carrier like I brought when I brought Bite and Nibble to Texas. Yeah, haven't tried to get a passport recently. I had one when I was in college because I took a trip to Madrid 1 year with the orchestra in college, and so I needed it then. That expired, and then I got the job working at a company called ODC before Disneyland, and they thought, that because the possibility that I might be traveling to other countries to help with installs and stuff like that, that I might need one, but never ended up using it, and so that one expired too. So what's in Port Arkansas? See, I haven't really left the state that much. I'm kind of interested at this point in seeing seeing the things that are here. But at some point, I'm going to have to probably visit at some point, I'm going to probably have to visit someplace else, some other states. I still have trouble believing that those two shirts that we gave him a year ago are big on them. Because when I looked at the shirts, when I held them in my hands, like, geez, these things are tiny. There's White checking us out from a distance. All right. There's a song called "The Cat Came Back." Well, apparently he did. He must have been singing it. Would I ever buy an electric car or a hybrid? Um, if they get to the point where the price comes down to a reasonable point, and if they can deal with the issue with the batteries, one of the problem with the electric cars is the cars are so heavy because of the batteries. The batteries weigh, just the battery alone weighs 1,000 pounds, and you have one of these. They have a electric pickup truck now, and I guess that thing weighs 9,000 pounds. So I don't know. They got to get the life of the battery increased, and or increase the speed at which you can charge them, because there aren't a lot of chargers out there. It takes about 30 minutes to charge one under the best conditions, and the technology is promising, but it's not there yet. Oh, Logan has a boo boo on her finger. See, I still have an ugly looking thumb from my issue with the window 2 years ago. Yeah, bites behind the couch. Well, that's another thing, John. You got to dispose of those batteries, and my understanding is the batteries they're using, and there's virtually nothing that you can recycle. So you have to dispose of them, and there's only a certain amount of lithium in the world, which is a major component to these batteries. So I don't know. I don't know if that's the answer. We'll have to figure out something at some point. Yeah, Bite's behind the sofa, I think. Right now, he came out here and walked around and Bite. Where are you, Bite? Oh yeah, that was one of the things they did in California. They banned the plastic bags. Yeah, Bite's down here right now. Bite, come on up. Come up, say hi. Got the brush. Nope. Okay, be that way. Meow. Sit meow at me. Yeah, government mandated it in California too. So yeah, you ban the plastic bags and switch to heavy duty reinforced plastic bags. Yeah, that sounds about right. I am so glad I got out of that place. Yeah, I agree with you there, Gene. I mean, that guy was a screwball when I first heard of him. And so you knew he was going to become governor. Now they're saying they want him to replace Biden. Like, man, talk about out of the frying pan into the fire. Yeah, gas price has gone down a little bit, but a year and a half ago it was $1.87. It's still above $4 a gallon. So, went to like 4.50 and then came back down to $4. But I'm sorry, you don't get credit for that. You don't get to bump the gas price 200 and 300% and then get credit for it when you knock it down 5%. Yeah, one of the things that Biden did was release some oil from the strategic, what the strategic reserve that we have for emergencies. But you know what? Trying to give people a little relief at the gas pump because you got an election coming up. That's not what that was for. That's for in case there's an emergency, in case there's a war or something like that. And I think the federal government in the U.S. has either dropped or eliminated the federal tax, but it'll said tell you they're having beans for lunch, huh? Oh boy, are they musical beans? Guess you'll find out in a couple hours. It's also kind of the reason I'm not really into beans because, well, use your imagination. I don't put beans in a lot of things. Just got to figure out how to harness it. Orly said she knows all about beans, huh? Okay. What did she see? I don't remember what I did that she saw. Cat's going crazy over the beans. Toxic twins want beans. See, it always devolves into talk about food, doesn't it? Let's sit back here. Honestly, Flash hasn't used her house yet, so that wasn't an uncommon thing in California either. She had what I called her winter and her summer house, and her summer house, she used that sometimes during the summer, and other times she'd just sleep in the yard somewhere. She did occasionally go into her winter house at night during the summer to sleep, but she hasn't discovered this one yet, or not interested in it. But I'm guessing it's something that she'll maybe consider when we start getting a little colder and we start getting ready for her to start hibernating. Yeah, I got to do that every once in a while. I got to get comfortable here. These old bones aren't really set up for sitting and doing a live stream for 2 hours. I wonder if cats would toot if they had some beans. I don't know. I've had some dogs that could toot. I guess the issue would be would the cats eat the beans? You'll let us know in a few days. Are your cats eating beans, Rhonda? Everybody got really quiet all of a sudden. Okay, there we go. We have documented evidence of a cat that toots, but he didn't eat beans. The cats are eating right out of the girls' bowls. Interesting. Oh, there's Bite. What do you think about cats tooting? Huh? You have any thoughts on that? Want to add to it? I mean, you're the SME here on cats. I don't know that much about cats. All you gotta do is put some catnip in the beans. Yeah, maybe. They love the beans. Interesting. I've never even tried feeding you beans. Would you eat beans? No? I bet you if I put them in your food dish and didn't give you anything else, you'd eat them. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me about dogs. I think every dog I've had um, has had problems with gas. How is it we got into talking about farts? You never know where these live streams are going to go. You just pull me over the cliff with you. The pug mix rips a few nasty ones. Yeah. Meow. Come on up, man. Come say hi. Hot Buttons eats tomatoes. Interesting. I never would have thought of that either. Come on, Bite. Come visit. We want to see you. Meow. Meow. Just out of reach, and I try and reach out to pet him, and he kind of pulls back. Crazy cat. Yeah, that's our inside joke for Rhonda. All of her cats are going crazy now. Well, probably any one of you that have pets, they're all looking at the computer now, expecting cat treats. Yeah, that was quite a segue there, Gene. But I guess not really if you think about it. We're just talking about different kinds of gas, right? Like I said, that's why I enjoy these live streams. I never know where it's going to go. They're on the TV now, huh? Wow. Come on up. Yeah, see, I knew you'd do that eventually. On this side today, huh? Yeah, there's the bite. Wow. 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 We got you kind of cornered here. You up for a belly rub? Uh-huh. Yeah, let's get the computer tipped right here. Look at that satisfying look on that face. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, come on. You have to get you a CPAP machine. It's all that fat. Okay, there you go. That's the end of that. You can see the fur flying on this one. You visit this side of the couch today. He doesn't usually do that. Yeah, he's my buddy. Yes, he is. Lou is going nuts as I rub Bite's belly, huh? Guess you're gonna have to rub Blue's belly then, huh? Get all the hair out, cat hair off my nose here. Your hair is just obnoxious, Bite. Ow. He just likes to rub his face against it. Nibble doesn't really like to be handled. So every once in a while, I'll kind of sneak up on her, and if I corner her in her bed, she'll sometimes tolerate it. But you look at her eyes, and she doesn't really like that. So I'm convinced if I put one of these things up on the wall, that Bite would just rub up against it until he bled. Yeah, that's my buddy. Get some of the loose fur off your back here. So we got Mike down here. He'll just be our co-host for a little while here. Teaching your kittens to shake a paw and give high fives. Yeah, so I just taught my cats to be cats. Yeah, he's just in a very affectionate mood right now. You looking at me? Huh? No, Nibbles never let me get close enough to her with a brush. I don't know what her opinion is. She might actually like it. It might actually warm her up a little bit to being handled and being approached, but I've never been able to get close to her with a brush. Alien looks angry. Yeah, he may be. I mean, if you were on a T-shirt, wouldn't you be angry? That's the scary thing is I'm on a couple of T-shirts, and I don't know. Maybe I should be angry too. The twins jump in the shower with you. Oh, that's no good. Any big cities in Texas you want to visit? No, not really. I mean, I lived in a big. Uh, yeah, hang on a second. We got a troll. That might not even be our typical troll, just some bot trying to advertise. If you ever like post a comment on one of my videos that includes like a web link, it'll automatically get blocked. It won't get posted immediately until I approve it because there's bots out there all the time that are trying to put adult content on, advertise adult content on there, and it might not even be that. It might be something to take over your computer and stuff like that. So I just kind of got to the point where anything that has what looks like a web address in it is going to be blocked initially. Now, sometimes I get viewers that'll like post a YouTube link or something to something related to what I did, and at that point, if it's related to what I did, then I'll catch up with it in a day or so, and I'll have it, I'll make it visible. But that's why all dogs and cats need is love. That's true. Yeah, YouTube's not going to be able to do anything about that. That isn't our troll. That's probably somebody else or something else. It probably isn't even a real person. but whatever. I almost had another dog this week. He's gonna have a zoo over there. At your own menagerie. Hey, you. You're gonna have to start charging for admission, Rhonda. You're not just to be able to feed the animals. Like me, though, I've had all sorts of different pets over the years. I don't think there's been a point since I was probably 8 years old that I didn't have some sort of a pet in my life, something that was uniquely mine. Dogs, cats, rabbits, guinea pigs, mice, birds, tortoises, iguanas. Yeah, that's the downside of having pets. You got to feed them. That's the truth. That's why you have so many kids and pets because you got to feed them. Bite's still over here chilling, just relaxing, taking a nap. That's the truth. That's the truth. They do tend to take the edge off. Although beer does that too. That's why you'll never have a big yard. You'll have animals too much. You'd have a zoo. I don't know. I'm in terms of movies. I mean, I guess I've heard some good things about the new Top Gun movie and the Jurassic World movie. But honestly, I haven't seen a movie in a movie theater since I came to Texas. Really, I kind of got out of the movie seeing phase. I did that, before I moved into a house in California and lived in an apartment. I didn't really want to hang out in the apartment on my days off, so I'd go spend the day in the movie theater. And that really stopped when I moved into the house in California because at that point I had so many things I had to do in the yard, in the house that, you know, I, I just decided that that was more important. And I kind of stopped seeing movies. Your hubby says you were born to be a mom, whether it's kids or animals, no difference, huh? Yeah, Bite's a good kitty. You download all the movies. Yeah, that's one way of doing that. You gotta have an enormous hard drive though. That's kind of why I stick with the DVD routine. Yep, that pretty much defines the life of a cat team. Watch the new Downtown Abbey. I never was really into that. Just not my thing. But I think I might at some point go see that Top Gun movie and the Jurassic World movie. I always enjoyed the Jurassic Park movies. The second one wasn't very good, but some of the later ones were pretty good. Your British nuts, is that normal? Is that different from being normal nuts? Yeah, I know. I probably could open my own DVD store too, but that's okay. I got a pretty kicking home theater system, so I can move some air, and at least you don't have to pay what $20 to get in, and then sacrifice your shoes at the end because they're stuck to the floor. Ah, Jean's on her way to church. Thanks for stopping in, Jean. It was good talking to you. Oh, you're crazy. Yeah, yeah. I believe that completely. Oh, Tracy's checking out too. Thanks for stopping in, uh, Tracy. Good talking to you. See, Laura Lee's Icelandic nuts. Okay, we're gonna have to set up a scale though. Is that more or less than British nuts? And where does that all fall together? It's blowing me away how big of a TV you can get for almost nothing these days. I was in a Walmart the other day, and I think they had like a 75-inch TV, flat screen TV for like $550 or something like. It was insane. But at this point, the TV I have is doing pretty well, so no reason to buy another one, right? What I got's just about perfect for this room. I remember to turn Norton off each time I start these live streams because it keeps popping up and saying, "Oh yeah, we're running checks while nothing's going on." It's like, dude, what makes you think nothing's going on? Let's disable that. Okay, hopefully that will. And then it throws me a pop up saying, "Oh, it's been we've disabled auto protect." It's like, yeah, I know, I'm the one that did it. 56-inch for 490. That's amazing. This TV here, I mean, it's probably probably a 50-inch, something like that. And it was a gift from my parents many years ago, and I think they paid pretty close to $2,000 for it. So it just shows how the technology is coming down. It's like I'm sitting with you, huh? Oh, I'm sorry, man. Bite is cat nuts. Okay, yeah, I believe that. You like the projectors, huh? I've never really been into the projectors that much. You gotta get them bright enough, and sometimes the projectors just don't do that. Of course, the larger the screen is, the more brightness you have to have. Well, you got a 4K TV. Oh, is it 4K? Okay, 4K high def. Okay. See, I'm happy with basic high def. That's good enough for me. You double the resolution going up to 4K. That's you're not going to see that really. I think it's just an opportunity to increase, to get people to buy new technology, and then I don't know. Because if you get a 4K TV and then you get a 4K like Blu-ray player, then you run into problems that doesn't play on the high def screens and stuff like that. I don't want to buy all my stuff again. I don't have to have any lights on in the room. It's so big. Yeah. Or at least funny nuts, huh? Okay. Yeah. 8K, 16K, 32K. It's never going to end. At some point, there's going to be a TV. You're going to go reach into it and touch what's in there. Yeah. Yeah. The TVs, it's amazing how cheap the TVs are these days. I was actually going to try and bring home my dad's TV from California, but couldn't. It just wouldn't fit in the car. So I got that little one that I showed you on the wall in the guest bedroom. The only one I really watch is the one here. Yeah, Fire Sticks are pretty cool. Because I got a Fire Stick on this one. I also put a Fire Stick on the one in the guest bedroom. I ended up selling some of my dad's stuff. You mean the stuff I brought home? No, I kept all of that. I've been scanning like crazy though, getting some of those hard copy pictures into digital formats so I can share them with people. I post a bunch of pictures. I posted a bunch of pictures on my sister's Facebook page that she probably hadn't seen before. And then I also went to my cousin's Facebook page and posted some stuff on her page that she hadn't seen before. They're one on each TV. Yeah, see, they're cheap. They're great. Because I think the one I put on the TV in the guest bedroom, I think I paid $40 for that. Just plugs into one of the HDMI ports and away you go. Right, being a pretty decent host today, isn't he? It's really fun having pictures of your parents and grandparents when they were young too. I mean, some of the pictures I saw of my mom when she was young, never seen those before. What does a Fire Stick do? Fire Stick is a little device that plugs in the back of the TV. It looks like a thumb drive, uh, like a flash drive or a USB drive, plugs into the back of the HDMI port on the TV, and it's basically a TV without the monitor. And it connects to the internet, and you can do Netflix and YouTube and all the streaming services. It's programmable, so you can put new ones, new software on there if you want, and it's really kind of a cool little streaming device. Very cheap. You can get them at Home Depot. You have so many pics of all your kids. Yeah, I know what that's like. I now have so many pics also. The kids will love it when they're older too. I still do YouTube on the desktop computer for the most part, but I can do it on the TV too if I want. What's your opinion of Fire Stick's bite? You probably don't know what that is. You probably think it's something to eat, don't you? I thought about trying to get my mom a Fire Stick for her TV, but I guess she was a little concerned. She's not a technology person, so she tends to it takes her a while to learn how to use something, and then she's good with it. But if you add something, throw something new into the mix, a new remote, new things that she has to do, she's gonna have all sorts of problems with that. Are there any amusement parks nearby? There's Six Flags, which is up in the Dallas area. I could maybe see myself going there at some point. I like the Six Flags that was in California. It was didn't go very often just because it was a long ways away. It was like 50 miles away, but and you had to drive through LA to do it. So the traffic made it even worse. It turned into a 2 hour drive. Yeah, I have all sorts of hard drives up there too. A couple of 8 terabyte drives, a couple of 5 terabyte drives, 2 terabyte, 1 terabyte. There's probably 40 terabytes of storage up there. Yeah, well, and if you're not really staying on top of the tech stuff, Fire Stick might be something you just missed. I probably wouldn't have one either, except for the fact that Jordan bought me one a number of years ago, and it's like, hey, this thing's actually pretty cool. I was aware of what they were, but never really had seen any reason for getting them. Got quiet in here, and fight took off. Yeah, right. I mean, for what you get from it, it's really good value for the money. A lot of DVD players and Blu-ray players have like streaming capability now, but that was always kind of built as an afterthought. So the programs are slow and clumsy. Uh, Fire Stick is, it's really quick. Once you get logged into it, you can bounce between. The user interface is really efficient, and it's just really built from the ground up to be kind of a race car of streaming services. What do I use for laundry soap? That's a odd question. What am I using? I think I'm using Tide right now. They have, the some of the new dishwashers, clothes washers. You use what they call high efficiency detergent. So I got to find high efficiency detergent. Fortunately, it's at the store, and Tide is what I've been using. I think it gets everything pretty clean. Yeah, I know where that came from. They get rid of the blueberry plants. Now the blueberry plants didn't make it. Well, the only thing that's really still out there is the blackberry plant. It's not doing very well either. It doesn't. I don't think it's doing well with the heat. It's really been a hot summer, and I'm watering every night, but Orly just watches YouTube. All right, well, we're glad you watch YouTube. There's all sorts of good stuff on YouTube. She's excited because you guys use the same. All right, well, our clothes are cleaned by the same laundry detergent. That's awesome. The okra and the tomatoes are doing very well. I think I was drowning the jalapenos a little bit, so I might have killed those off. But that's okay. It's all learning experience. I made a modification to the sprinkler system on that. You'll see a video of that in a few days. I think that's pretty common with all children, though, Rhonda. YouTube keeps you out of trouble. Yeah, I can tell that you're just a real troublemaker, Lorley. YouTube is your only form of entertainment. All right, well, that works. I am here, and so are a lot of other people. She wanted to know where the water went when you turned it on, and she looked under the cabinet and couldn't figure out where the water went. That's awesome. Where does the water go? Well, her mind's gonna really be blown when she asks the question, "Where does it come from?" Yeah, the grass is doing really well. I think the lawn that they put in here, I think it's called St. Augustine, and it does really well in the south. It's really designed for the heat. The thing they tell you is if you walk on it too much, it gets thin pretty quick, but it does really well in the heat. In fact, almost too well because it grows so fast. I almost got to mow it every couple of weeks, or else it gets just too much. The newest thing is who made my socks. Oh yeah, yeah. There was no competition. There's no way I was going to push a push mower around in the yard. That would just take too long. I got too big of a yard for that. And it's too hot in the summer to be pushing a lawnmower around. Thank you, Kathleen. Yeah, I mean, I do try and keep it popular or keep it upbeat and positive, because there is so much bad things going on in the world right now. She asked a lady in the store, "Do you wear white socks or black socks?" That's funny. You wanted to die. I think in my case, I'd be dying laughing. Yeah, I try and keep it even less than PG. This is a family channel, and I try and you know, keep it that way. It's a family channel with an occasional fart joke. Oh, that's a nice Corvette there. Your daddy got that for you, huh? Great Corvette. If it's gonna be like the Prince song, it's got to be a little red Corvette. Oh, I see Bite peering around the corner. Logan is really wound tight today. I don't know what I'm going to do for today's vlog. I got a couple ideas, but it has to kind of be an abbreviated vlog if I'm going to do it on a Sunday because I spend half the day doing the live stream, and so it's got to be something that can be done quick. I don't know, maybe a cooking vlog. Who knows? I haven't really decided, but I've said that before. A lot of times, the cooking vlogs are just something that I get up that day and say, today I'm going to do a cooking vlog. So I don't know. We'll see. Fortunately, I'm still a little bit ahead because I had like 8 days off last weekend. I went and did a few kind of fun things and got some cool vlogs coming up in the next few days. Yeah, kids are amazing. And Charlotte's laughing at her. That's cool. I mean, that's the reason for having a little sister too, anyway, right? Is to laugh at them. I know I used to do that with my little sister. Making a new sweater, design your own pattern. That's cool. Jessica's home. They're even crazier, huh? Jessica and Charlotte and Logan together, and then we'll shake the kitty treat jar, and we'll make things really, really crazy. What kind of sounds does the skinny pig respond to? Because we got to figure out how to make them a little crazy too. That does sound pretty good, Kathleen. It's intentional, Rhonda. It's intentional. Oh, love stuffed potatoes. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Charlotte wants to know what my favorite ice cream is. I like mint chip. Yummy, yummy. It's like mint. It's green mint ice cream with dark chocolate chips in it. The Bluebell brand is really great. It's very popular here in Texas, and I like the Bluebell because it has really just big, thick chunks of chocolate in it. Yummy, yummy, yummy. But I like chocolate ice cream. I like Rocky Road ice cream. I'll eat just a good old vanilla ice cream. Vanilla ice cream is awesome. Sometimes I even throw it in the blender and turn it into a milkshake. Ah, yeah, yeah. I guess I've heard that before. Carolyn likes mint chip too, or chocolate mint too. Yeah, good stuff. Sometimes the stuff they had in California was like just little teeny tiny chips of the chocolate in there. That's why I really like the Bluebell because the Bluebell, like I said, it's I mean, there's chunks of chocolate in there that are that big. Good stuff. Not smoothies. Charlotte says we don't like them. Mommy makes them yucky. Is that because there's too much tequila in there? You like any ice cream that doesn't bite you first, huh? Never really seen an ice cream that bites, so yeah, that does sound good. Half and half chocolate vanilla swirled ice cream with dark sprinkles. Yummy. No spinach. Oh man, I love spinach. Just haven't had the right spinach, I guess. It's got to be fresh. I mean, with all fruit and veggies, it's got to be fresh. So I buy the spinach leaves and I chop it up and put it in the instant pot. And it's perfect. Oh, spinach is yummy, Charlotte and Logan. Gonna try that again. Lorelei doesn't like walnuts, huh? Your grandmother makes an absolutely to die for fresh chocolate marshmallow ice cream, all fresh with her own creamy marshmallows. Yummy. You eat a lot of dehydrated watermelon. I've never tried dehydrated watermelon. I like the real thing. Well, I mean, I guess dehydrated watermelon is real, but you know what I mean. Because I mean, technically, dehydrated means you remove the water, so it isn't really a watermelon; it's just a melon, right? Because you took the water out. You, you think the walnuts taste like sawdust, huh? Interesting. Walnuts aren't something I really go for. I have a thing for almonds. I love almonds. I just buy, 2 pounds of almonds in bulk at the store all the time and just keep them in the house to snack on while I'm watching TV. Love almonds. Dehydrated watermelon. Like I said, it just sounds like an oxymoron, like jumbo shrimp. Dehydrated water, huh? Oh, I love mushrooms. Mushrooms are great, but there's some people that just don't like the texture. Mushrooms are great in like soups and spaghetti sauce. And I like to saute portobello mushrooms. That was something I used to make all the time that my mom loved. Cashews are all right. It's not a favorite thing of mine. I think primarily because it's too much work getting them out of the shell. Now I know they sell them outside of the shell, but you don't like the fact that they're a fungus. Yeah, well, mushrooms are yummy. I love them in well just about anything. Yeah, and that's often the way it is with people. It isn't that they don't like the taste; it's just they don't like the texture. Oh yeah, I've had the chocolate covered macadamia nuts. Yummy. See, I love peaches. I've thought maybe about getting some fruit trees for the backyard, and peaches would definitely be one of them. We had a peach tree in the backyard in the house I grew up in for many years, and it was great in the summer going out and just getting fresh peaches off the tree. Yummy, yummy. The issue is always what do you do with the fruit when you get more than you can eat? It's like, well, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I'll just bring them to work. I'm sure somebody will eat them. You don't like the fuzz on the outside, huh? Yeah, I guess I can see how some people might have issues with that. Doesn't sound very appetizing eating something that's hairy. Peaches, apples, oranges, lemons. I'd like to have a lemon tree. Well, Rhonda's going to do jams this year, huh? I see. I suppose that's something else I could do too. I bought a bunch of canning jars a while ago, and I put my salsa in there because I make salsa, in a big giant pot like this big around, and then I transfer it into the little canning jars until I'm ready to use them. You children love kiwi. Yeah, kiwi fruit is good too. Your kids call them monkey eggs. That's awesome. Will the fruit draw rodents? I mean, possibly. I know there's rodents in the yard. I've seen them. Mice and rats and stuff like that. But this is sort of, you know, there's a lot of like rural areas around here. Push me into overtime. No, not yet. My rule is I usually want to give you a 2 hour live stream, and we're at an hour 57 now. So I started a few minutes late because I got up really late. I just flashed you with the visitors. She's never seemed to have any problems with them. There were possums that ended up in the backyard in California, and I've seen possums here, and I guess raccoons are not uncommon, and I guess maybe some skunks too. But usually those types of critters are kind of nocturnal. They're out at night, and at that point, Flash is nothing more than a sleeping rock. I don't think they really see her as any kind of threat or anything. So it's never been a problem. He maybe thinks the mice in the house, and I think it's because you put a bird feeder up. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know. I mean, mice do kind of eat that kind of stuff. I noticed that I got the bird feeder hanging in the backyard, and whenever there's a bird on the side of it, eating it, the squirrels are always on the ground looking for the fallout. But yeah, just a couple of days ago, I saw a mouse in the front yard. I mean, I'm cool with that as long as they stay in the outside. If they get in the house, and that's a different issue. I'll stick the cats on them. Hey, Dave and Terry, got in right at the end here. Got another minute or two, and then we're going to end this one. How you doing? Yeah, of course, it never has anything to do with that, Rhonda. My big issue with critters is usually bugs and an occasional lizard. Lives in garbage. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's probably what it is. Yeah, I mean, if you got coyotes in the area, that's probably what they're feeding on. See, I don't have as much a problem with varmints in the yard now that I did when I was in California. The problem I had in California with the possums that made me always want to get them out of the yard was that they'd get into the pond and they'd eat the fish. And so I'd come out one morning and all the lily pads have been pulled out and there's fish carcasses all over the yard and stuff like that. And I didn't like that. So yeah, yeah. If you have cats, that's a good solution to that. Like I said, I don't know what these guys would do with an actual mouse or a rat because they've never had to deal with one. They would probably get away because they'd be playing with it. Yeah, I didn't really want to have chicken wire around the pond though. First off, it was, the border of the pond was made out of concrete, so there wasn't really any place to do that. I've never seen a rabbit in the yard. We have a bunch of rabbits. See, I haven't seen rabbits in this area. You know, the critters you see around here are possums, skunks, raccoons, and an occasional armadillo, and of course rats and mice and birds and stuff like that. I've had a couple of baby possums end up in the yard. Not here, but in California. It must have been the same litter too, because for a period of like 2 weeks, I kept catching baby possums, and I'd relocate them, and then another one would come in, and so it must have been from the same litter. What does it say on my sleeve? I think it's just commemorating the UFO museum in Roswell, New Mexico. UFO Museum and Research Center, Roswell, New Mexico. Yeah. Hey, Bill, how you doing? In here right at the end. Cats are good. Bite was out here a little bit. We haven't seen Nibble at all today, but they're doing their thing. They have no idea how hot it is outside. Oh yeah, yeah. Possums. All seem to have the same appearance when they show up. Let's see. I will show you because they always show you their teeth. Let's see. I've got something here. Probably was on profile pictures, right? See, that one was kind of cute. That was a baby possum I found in my yard at one point. But that's more typical approach. See if he had his mouth open, showing his teeth. I don't know if you can even see it that clearly. But I caught a whole bunch of possums in my day. I'd just catch them and I'd relocate them when I get them out of the yard. I don't have a problem with them being there. I just don't want them in the house. There's me as a kid and one of my guinea pigs. That was before we had skinny pigs. Anyway, yeah, a family of groundhogs living under your shed. Interesting. Yeah, we're almost done with the vodka, so the live stream's already over. They're pretty much over. Thanks, Michael. Good seeing your name too. Yeah, yeah. Possums tend to do that. They'll just pretend that they're, like you said, dead. And I've seen that happen a number of times. Fortunately, possums are pretty easy to catch. What I do is I just lay a trash can down on the side, and put it up against a brick wall or cinder block wall or the house or something like that, and they'll run right into it because they're looking for someplace to hide. Charlotte says live stream over until Breck is out of vodka. That's it. We're out of vodka. In the live stream. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you next time. Have a good night.